we drinking this one?
Yes, we are. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome to, where are we?
We're at Maggie's
We're
apartment.
in my apartment.
Yes.
So I live in Raleigh and we thought it'd be fun to do our live video at my apartment. So here we are. That's my dog.
There's Penny, the Penny you've heard about.
The infamous Penny. So she has some allergies, which is why she's scratching herself
Glamorous.
so aggressively. But yeah, cool. Okay, so if you haven't watched the last two live videos, or I'm sorry, the last one, because
know,
our
it's
last
fine.
live video didn't
We're
post.
not bitter.
We're not mad about it. It's okay. Our last live video. I'm Maggie. I'm the event manager of the Bradford.
And I'm Dana. I am one of the owners, and I run sales and marketing. So I'm the one that answers all your inquiries and does all the tours.
So welcome.
Welcome.
So the first thing we're going to start with is what we're digging this month. So
Yeah.
Dana, what are you digging?
Oh, I'm digging my hair.
I'm digging your hair.
So you probably haven't seen it because I always wore it up, but it was pretty much down to like my belly button length, roughly, because I hadn't had it cut in like, I think it was 18, 20 months.
You have Rapunzel hair.
I did. Mostly because I'm lazy and because I'm like super cheap. I don't like paying for hair. And after
It's hard to find the time.
yeah, and like this haircut was like $80, and I was like, holy crap!
I crushed your soul.
This is why I don't get my haircut. But I love it. It's so much lighter. It's not as heavy, which is like really exciting actually. And so one of the things that I started using to kind of make the hair last a little bit longer, because I have to actually blow dry it now, which is, you know, not normal, is dry shampoo. And if you saw C&D Events' Insta story today, we were debating about who had the best dry shampoo, which I don't really like mine. Maggie loves
I
hers.
love mine. Courtney tried mine though
She didn't
and
like it.
was not a fan,
Yeah.
but it smells amazing.
Yeah.
So I look at that as a win.
So I have heard a lot of good things about Batiste, just because it has that, because I have dark hair too, so like it's harder because it starts to look kind of like flaky.
I guess I never really thought of that. Sometimes
Yeah.
it goes on like a whitish color,
Yes.
which is great for blondes,
Right.
but
Not
looks
for-
kind of weird for
Not for brunettes.
brunettes.
So that's what I'm digging this month. I don't have to wash my hair every day.
Yeah, it's great. Who doesn't dig that?
Right.
It's tedious.
It is.
So I am digging my.
Courtney said it was just hair perfume.
I think it has effects. Like it definitely works.
Okay.
I can see the difference, Courtney. That's what matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my dig of the month, I am loving my slippers right now. Like really loving my slippers.
She's wearing them right now.
Should I show them?
You should.
How do I? Should I? So these are give you the 360
So
view.
limber.
Thanks. The job has actually helped with that a lot.
There we go.
And moving tables and chairs
Okay.
is a good workout. A good way to get some stretches in is going up to the third floor of Bridal
That's true.
Suite. So worth it, but definitely
Yeah.
limbers you up. But these slippers are from LL Bean. They're a little warm because they have the fuzz on the side. So if you aren't a fan, that's fine. But I love having warm feet. So
I
it's
agree.
actually been pretty challenging to get me out of them. I wear them to let my dog out in the morning, and then I hop in the car and I wear them up
You
until
wear
the
them in the
time
car.
up until the time that I go into the office.
That's amazing.
I keep a spare pair of
Nice.
shoes, and I switch when I pull into the parking lot. If you're ever
Awesome.
wondering why I'm sitting there
Yes.
before coming in, it's to change my shoes.
Oh, good to know.
So that's my dig of the month.
Awesome. So you know that we on Wednesday will start the giveaway for our digs. So if you are tuning in, you get an automatic extra entry, which is something we're trying to kind of beef up engagement a little bit. So be on the lookout for that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go over what weddings did we love this past month. So I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I got to actually do 2 weddings, and I really did love both of them. They both had like really sweet couples, but I really, really enjoyed working with Esther and John. It was an awfully ugly day, like in terms of the weather. It rained and rained and rained and rained, and they had just opted not for a tent, and they had like 130 people.
Mm-hmm.
So we had everyone in the ballroom, and then they went into the house while we flipped first cocktail hour. We flipped the ballroom, and then got them in the ballroom, did some first dances, and then flipped the house a little bit. So they had people that were eating in the ballroom and in the house, and it actually was really, really nice and intimate.
Mm-hmm.
And the guests were just super chill and super easy, which was great because there was a lot of flipping and a lot of moving parts. But I think my favorite was I was sitting with Alexia at the back of the ceremony, and we were both just like bawling at the ceremony, which at this point I've seen probably like 500 ceremonies. So they're not like all like, oh, that's so nice every single time, but it was just so sweet, and it was just so personal, and the two of them were just genuinely kind people.
Yeah, they're great people.
And John's face when he saw her was just like, I mean, it was amazing. I can't wait to see the pictures.
So there's some sneak peek pictures
is?
that
Okay.
I saw, and she actually posted the ones of Esther walking down the aisle and John at the end, and both of them were crying, and I wasn't
so
even
sweet.
there. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at these pictures, and I started to tear
Yeah.
up because once you know them and know how sweet they are,
Yeah, they are, and like, and I
the
think,
emotion behind it.
yeah, I think Esther got super stressed about the weather, and then like I remember I saw her on Thursday and said, "How are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm great." Like, she's like, "Yeah, it was stressful the week," but then I think she just realized that she was getting to marry John, and they were just so happy.
And
Just
that's
so
what it's
happy.
all about.
Yeah. So
You
it was
know?
just really enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so my favorite wedding actually was the day after.
Oh.
And there were a lot of good ones. I always say this, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit on the laptop here. So there's a lot of good ones that I do, but my favorite one this month was Melissa and Coolin. They were great to work with. So Melissa is actually in the events industry. I think I mentioned that on the last live video when I was going over who was coming up. Such a sweet couple, and we had some really awesome vendors. So it was my first time working with Cast Events. Allison was there. She is a peach. Love her. She is a peach. That's the only word I can think to describe her. She is just such a peach.
She's a rosé.
She is a rosé. The loveliest of humans. So nice. Mary Stem blew me away
So beautiful.
with the flowers. I have seen some really beautiful flowers, but I think it actually took my breath away. I walked onto the terrace. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I didn't feel worthy to be there.
That's so funny. I said, "You all are the best." It's from Melissa. Oh, hi, Melissa. Hey.
Hi, Melissa.
Thanks for
You're the
tuning
best.
in.
Yeah. Okay, so Melissa actually put together her floor plan, if I have that right. So I wanted to talk about that too. She had these square tables,
Oh, yeah.
which I didn't think was possible. Who would have known if you put two rectangles together, it makes a square?
I think most people know that.
Yeah, but
you know,
I didn't.
totally fine.
I didn't until this wedding, so thank you for opening my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna recommend it all the time now. Because the problem with the longs is not everyone can tuck. Like, you have people on opposite ends, but if you do
And it's a really
square-
tight centerpiece.
Yes.
Because there's not a lot of like real estate on the table, so it is really hard.
Something
Yeah.
that I didn't think of either
Yeah.
because I'm not a planner.
Right.
But yeah, like the square, you have the perks of a round,
Yeah.
but the perks of a square. It's a different aesthetic. It's very beautiful. And then AJ Dunlap did the pictures, so I am obviously very excited
Oh, yeah.
for when
We're
those
excited to come out, yeah.
What a,
Courtney said crazy pants.
Yep.
It's all right. It's all right. So you can start with the next part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier, we said that we have a special vendor to bring on, and something Dana I talked about
Yeah,
is
we
we'd
did.
like to bring on some of the
Just so
people
you don't
that
have
we
to hear us talking all the time.
Yeah, we love it. I watch these videos over and over and over again. I don't know if
do
you
not.
do.
My husband doesn't makes fun of me, so it's fine.
Well, I don't have a husband, so I
there you
sit
go.
in my room, just right through that door with my dog, and she doesn't judge me, and I critique myself.
There you
next
go.
time. But anyway, we were talking about it, and we'd love to have on some of the vendors that we really love to
Yeah.
work with, some of our preferred vendors.
Yep.
And we have Ashley from Bushel and Puck today.
Who you heard giggling in the background, by the way.
So the reason we keep looking over this way
'cause she's
is
standing
because
there
she's
making faces.
standing there looking at us. So welcome, Ash. How are you today?
I'm good, you guys.
You good? Do you want your cup?
Nope.
Okay.
She doesn't know how this works. Like, you know, there's drinking
It's almost
involved.
gone.
Yeah, okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're gonna open the floor for questions. So if you have any questions for Ashley while we're asking our questions, feel free to text us in and we'll answer them live on air.
yeah, or if you have a question for us too, feel free to
No,
ask
just
us.
Ashley.
I love questions.
Okay. So we wanted to ask first, what is a typical week for you?
Okay, well, I work in the office with Dana and Courtney and
Beautiful.
Maggie.
Sure.
And Kai and Becca.
It's my skirt. It's like slippery and this is slippery and like, okay, fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I come in on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. Mondays is my no one's in the office, and I get to be in the silent zone. I get to answer emails, finish my consults, and then Wednesdays, usually I have a wedding on the weekend, so I pick up my flowers and process them, and then Thursday I design, and Friday I design, and it's really crazy, but it's super fun.
It is.
And she makes beautiful,
She does.
Thank you.
beautiful flower arrangements. Yeah. So that leads into the next question. If you were given artistic liberty to do whatever you want, what would you want to do? Like, what is your favorite thing to do?
I love wild bouquets, like big, fun. I can pick all the colors. That would be amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorite colors?
Oh, like wedding colors.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
Because your personal favorite color is like black, right?
Yeah, I love black, but that's not gonna fly. I really like playing with neutrals, like coffee tones, like mauves. I really like
I love
those
that,
a
yeah.
lot. They're really romantic colors,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So what is something you feel like you'd want potential clients to know?
I think the biggest thing is probably like making sure you have a good budget for your flowers, because if it's not super important to you, they're in every single picture that you get back. They're in a boutonniere, they're in a corsage, your bouquet is in every single picture. And though your guests might not like completely remember your centerpieces, which they probably won't, it's gonna be in all your pictures that you will have, and then people can go back and look on it, and it really helps a theme if you're going for something. It brings out those colors that you want to, that you don't want to have like 1,000 blue linens with blue napkins and
Right.
blue and blue and blue blue. You just need some balance, so I think that really helps it.
So do you recommend, like, let's say you have a bride that is on a budget, like picking a few like kind of statement pieces that like are gonna really tell the story of like their theme, and then they could do something maybe a little more simple on the tables, or are
Yeah.
you like more about the big centerpieces, and or is it just personal preference really?
I feel like if you have this amazing ceremony backdrop, I mean, that's one of the most important parts of your day.
True. It's getting
Is your
married.
ceremony. And that's where you're gonna have like probably your favorite pictures. You're gonna get family pictures in front of it. And your bouquet, I think, needs to be amazing.
Hers was amazing.
It was
Thank
amazing.
you.
She didn't trust anyone to make it. She
No,
did it
I
herself.
made it myself.
It weighed like 20 pounds.
It was so
really
heavy.
It's fine. It's worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think the tables are okay, but you can always do little things that make a bigger impact. And I think being open to florist suggestions is always the best thing.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Well, it's up to you, Ashley. You're supposed to ask.
Oh
us
yeah,
some
I have
questions.
some questions for you guys. Some flower questions.
Flower
Aw.
trivia.
A little bit, but I'm not
I'm
doing
nervous.
multiple choice.
Thank you.
'Cause it's
Are you
hard.
doing? Do you have a whiteboard on
No.
hand?
No,
Please don't, no
not
more
rounds.
rounds.
No, we're just doing straight up old school guessing.
Okay,
Okay,
I like
okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
So my first question is: do either of you know the most popular wedding flower in the whole world?
Ooh, I want to say rose, but
Okay.
it could be a peony.
Okay.
In the whole world.
What is your firm answer?
I want to say rose.
Okay.
I was gonna say rose or peony, so I'm gonna say peony.
Okay. It is a rose.
Ah.
Yep. They are the oldest flower. Apparently, they found a fossilized rose from
I can see that.
thousands of years
Yeah.
ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I just found it in an article. You're welcome. Another question I have for you is there's actually a vegetable that is technically considered a flower. Do you know which one it is?
Tomato.
That's
fruit.
like a fruit.
But they have the flowers.
I want to say an artichoke.
Okay. Are you sticking with tomato?
Everyone help.
No one's giving you any hints.
Dang it. Wait.
Oh, no.
No.
I like how you're
I
like,
don't
that's the new screenshot, is your side face there. Okay. I'm going to say artichoke.
Hold
Okay.
on. I want to think about it.
Okay, great. You have
Vegetable?
3 seconds. Yeah, it's vegetable. Don't look at my screen.
A pumpkin.
Pumpkin's a gourd.
So it's actually broccoli
Oh.
is a flower.
So I was wrong.
It says it's harvested before the flowers bud. The flower buds fully open, and it's eaten as a vegetable.
Okay.
And it
I
said
think
it's about time we
pumpkin
start
and
putting
tomato.
flowers and broccolis and flower arrangements.
Mm-mm.
I think pumpkins and tomatoes made more sense.
Maybe.
They have okay, so let me explain. They have the flowers before they turn into a pumpkin or
Well,
a
because they
tomato.
grow on like plants, but not because they are a flower.
Yeah.
And this is when I'd like to point out that I went to school for hospitality and tourism management, not for botany or
Biology or
agriculture
anything.
or to be a florist.
Neither have we. That's
True.
it.
Okay, my other question, I have 5. My
Okay.
third question is, do you know what the official flower is of the United States? It's kind of recent. Like, recent as in the 80s. It was declared the United States flower, or whatever.
No.
No guess?
Okay. Do you have a guess?
I want to say like, oh, maybe carnation.
Okay.
A carnation.
I don't
I know dogwood is a tree, but a dogwood flower is a thing, right?
Yeah.
For North
Okay.
Carolina.
Yeah.
It's a good
I
guess.
thought ours was a Bradford pear.
No, that's dogwood.
I don't know. It's actually
Cherry
a rose.
blossoms.
Oh. I know you can't use the same answer twice.
But
So the
it
third
was a marigold, but Ronald Reagan made it the national flower
He would.
in 1986.
Dang it, Ronald.
The more you know. Okay, my 4th question is also about roses because they're so
I
popular.
sense a theme here.
Well, just a little bit.
Okay.
The roses and most flowers go up around 2 major holidays. Can you guess which holidays the prices go up?
Ooh,
Valentine's Day.
And Mother's Day.
That's right. Yep, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day. So that means if you have a wedding around Valentine's Day or Mother's Day, your flower prices are gonna go up.
They
So those are
are.
the things you just don't think about.
You don't.
Right? Things you
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
about.
And May is like such a popular time to get married.
It is, it is.
Yep.
Okay, my last question is this flower was used as a food source in World War II. Do you know which flower it is? And it's not broccoli. It didn't taste very good, by the way.
Yeah.
It
I'm
doesn't
like
need to taste
I'm
good.
really self-conscious about my answers now.
Sorry.
You got one right.
Hey, you're wondering. I think it's something like I don't want to say a marigold, but something like along those like wild, like a daisy or something like that.
Okay.
I agree with Dana.
Okay. It's actually a tulip. They
I was gonna
they
say
ate the
tulip.
bulbs.
Oh,
They used
yeah.
I thought that
I
sounded
did.
stupid though.
They use them instead of onions.
Yes, I did know that.
I
Okay.
was actually going to say tulip.
Well, that's good. And
I
that's
might
all
have gotten it
questions.
right.
Awesome.
All right, cool. So do we have any questions?
No, we didn't have any questions.
Okay.
It says, I'm curious about what? Courtney. Okay. So,
Yeah.
it's you
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, so Bradford updates. We'd like to talk about some things that are going on. We are starting to kind of enter into a slower season, so we don't have a whole bunch of things.
Yep.
But one of the main things that's going on is our holiday pop-up market.
Holiday pop-up market. We just had a question. It says, what are your top 3 favorite flowers? So we'll do that real quick.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Definitely not ours.
Okay, definitely a ranunculus, for sure.
I do love those.
I love a protea, you know.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say a David Austin rose.
Oh yeah, those are really pretty.
Yep.
So
Juliet
I don't
is
know
my
what
favorite.
any of those are, actually.
It was
Yeah.
that weird flower. Remember in Maine? It's like
Oh.
an artichoke thing.
That's a
Got it.
protea.
Okay, those are very beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for your question. So December 1st, which is on a Saturday, we have a pop-up market. It's from 1 to 4. There's a couple of really neat things that are going on. We have holiday pics that's been taken by Radiant Photography and stylized by Amanda Blair. And then 10 Acre Paper, I think, is coordinating with them to do the Christmas cards. So there are signups, and I think they are leaving some blank space for people who just want to show up and do it, but they definitely recommend trying to get a spot to make sure you have a place. So it is kid friendly, and if you need to change or not, you're obviously welcome to use one of the bedrooms. So you don't want to bring your kids in their nice clothes and wait till they get there, which is what I always do for pictures, because you just never know what they're going to do in the car, even if it's 5 minutes down the road. You know, children are monsters, so you never know. And we also are going to have, I think, Big Mike's food truck out there for lunch if you, or like a snack or whatnot, and they have really yummy barbecue, so we're excited about that.
So good, and these delicious little piggy mac and cheese
Oh,
bites.
nice.
They're great.
Yes. But we're really excited about our vendors. We did it last year, and it was just really fun. I think I got, I think everyone in my family something from the pop-up market. And it was just really neat because it wasn't something you could just pick up at the mall. It was more personalized to them. But we are going to have, in addition, Almond Tree. We'll have Bespoke Dessert Bar, a Posh Soap Company. Bushel and Peck's going to be there selling succulents and wreaths.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Fun wreaths
Fun wreaths.
and cute succulents.
Okay. Are you going to do your succulent watercolors?
I might.
Okay, should. I will
Okay.
buy lots of them.
Okay.
Wanderlux, Once Upon a Stamp, Floor, Sarah Joe Design, Color Street's gonna be there, Art by Sarah Savage, Holland Homestead Design, Tara Parrish, who sells LuLaRoe, Kendra Scott's coming, which is super exciting, and then Lavender and Lily is who we have. We'll have hot chocolates and coffee to sip on while you are shopping. So make sure you come out. There is an Eventbrite. It's in the link in our profile. It's not required that you register, but it just kind of helps us gauge how much stuff to know, like what we need to have. So someone had a question. Bespoke, can Maggie define? Oh, can you just define, is this an inside joke between you and Courtney?
What is it?
Bespoke, can Maggie define?
I don't think so.
They were here last year. They
They
did
did the cakes in a jar.
They did
Those
cakes in
were
a jar.
so
They're
good.
super yummy.
Yeah.
They're really good. So those are really great. I think, like, I was thinking about getting those actually for my kids' teachers, because it's like right around that time you're starting to give teacher gifts, and so it's like a good enough price, and it's like something fun, and
It comes with a spoon.
yeah.
The best
comes
part
with
is
utensils.
food. Well, there's nothing worse than getting something at like the grocery store, like
Yeah.
sushi,
Yeah.
or I guess you can eat those with
You
your
can use
finger,
your
but like
fingers.
a salad from the grocery store that you're
There's no
planning on.
fork.
Yes, that you like are planning on eating in the car,
Yeah.
and then you get to the car and realize
Yeah.
you don't have any
Yeah.
utensils.
So true.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then other things that's actually not on this list, but we are we're getting, I think next week or the week after Thanksgiving is the groom's room is getting painted. So we're gonna shoot some video footage of that, and then floors, we're picking out floors on Friday, so those should go in December, and then we are on the cruise control with that, so we're super excited about having that project finished.
Should we mention the ping pong table?
There's a ping pong table, which was a surprise to me when someone said, I didn't know we were doing a ping pong table, and I was like, well, there's a ping pong table? There's a ping pong table in the groom suite, apparently. So
Yep, first piece of furniture
There you
for the
go.
groom suite, set in the stage with
Yeah.
the ping pong table.
Right.
It's gonna be awesome.
Uh-huh.
And then I just wanted to touch very briefly on the open houses that we have, our informal open houses. You can swing by with your planner, your florist, your best friend, your best friend's mom, without letting us know. You just stop on by. We'll be there.
We'll be
Our
there.
next one is December 5th, and are we still doing it from 4 to 7?
4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Yep. And then also, but if you are, since Saturday sometimes is a better day, like please come to the pop-up market. Like you're more than welcome to bring the whole people, and if you all want to wander around the second and third floor and kind of go around, that's totally fine too. So that's definitely a time that you can come and check it out as well. So awesome. Yes, it is. Oh yeah. Okay, we forgot the fun
We
fact.
did. I don't know how we forgot that.
So we are super excited about having a little bit of a break for Thanksgiving. We wanted to share like our Thanksgiving fun facts about maybe a memory or whatnot. And we'll start with Maggie.
Oh, I was gonna say let's start with anyone but me, because I have a couple actually that aren't any good. So I wanted to hear yours first, so I can.
Well, don't you like not want to follow something that's really good?
Yeah.
Then it's kind of like
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
you go first. Yeah.
Okay, so my Thanksgiving fun fact, or like funny story that I find funny that probably no one else will
does.
find funny,
It's fun.
is my grandma, who is 87 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We're going, so my mom and dad are from Ohio, so we're going up there for Thanksgiving. And my grandma's freaking out because this is probably the most people that she's had in her house in a really long time. So she's freaking out trying to put this dinner together. She's called me like every day to ask me when I'm coming, who I'm bringing, what I want, what snacks I want, what drinks I want. She's very particular. And she went to the grocery store to get a turkey. And my poor 87-year-old grandma opened the freezer door to grab her 20-pound turkey, and it fell on her foot, and now she thinks it's broken. And it's just these saddest thing. Like, I don't know if I should laugh or cry. Like, it's so sad, but really funny. So, prayers for Marilyn. Starting a GoFundMe. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's my interesting Thanksgiving fun fact that will not be hard to follow.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can go next.
Great. So I think it was, let's say 10th grade.
Okay.
We always had Thanksgiving at my aunt's house. We also had this big long table, and I'm always at the kids' table, even though I was like 15. Everyone's old now, so the kids' table is teenager table. And my cousin was like, "Hey Ash, can you pass me like the rolls?" I was like, "Okay." So I flip over the napkin, you know, it's in this like,
Oh, yeah.
flip it over, I hand him the roll, and I turn to like talk to my grandma, and the whole table's on fire. And they were like, "Ash, light the fire." I was like, "Ooh, I don't know what to do about this." So I think my cousin's like boyfriend at the time had to put out the fire, and I just watched it happen.
Yeah.
And there's a giant hole in her tablecloth.
Every time you pull it out, it's from the fire. from
Yeah, I hear
Thanksgiving.
about it every year, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Oh, mine's like really not that entertaining.
Mine was entertaining. Ashley's was entertaining.
I think the Thanksgiving fun fact is even though I'm 34, I've actually never cooked a turkey before.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So like I had Thanksgiving at my house. One time I was pregnant with Ada, and I told the story in the office. Everyone's like, "That's not very interesting," but whatever. It's a story. But
I think I was there for that.
yeah, sure. And it was just supposed to be my family and Courtney's family, which at the time was 4 adults and 1 child, and I was pregnant with the other child, and that was it. Like Mason was alive, and that was the only one. And so I went to the store and I got the smallest turkey I could find because there's only 4 adults. Like, what are you gonna do with, you know, a 20-pound turkey? And I think I got like a 6.
Drop it on your foot.
Yeah, I got like a 6-pound turkey, and I was like, this is perfect. Well, then over like the week, my parents ended up coming up from Florida. Her in-laws came, and then my in-laws came, and it's like, I don't have enough turkey to feed everybody.
Ooh, what'd
for
you
it.
do?
So we had to get a ham because we couldn't get a turkey in time. And I didn't even cook the 6-pound turkey. I made my mom do it since she was there. So, because I'm kind of terrified of cooking turkeys.
It's
like,
intimidating.
they seem like, I mean, it's like the central, and then like if it's like bad, it's bad. Like, you know, I actually really hated turkey until I started dating my husband and had turkey at his house. And I was like, oh, this is good turkey.
That's interesting. I don't
Yeah.
like turkey. I actually
like
am
turkey
not
either.
a huge fan of Thanksgiving
Yeah.
food, if I'm being perfectly honest. with
Oh,
you
I
guys.
don't agree.
I like the mashed potatoes, the rolls, and
Yeah.
then like the green bean bake.
So all the
or-
carbs.
Yeah.
So I take the corn and put it in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I whip that up and I put it on a roll with some butter, and it's
Gosh, that's
really
weird.
good.
It's really gross.
Have you ever had have you ever had leftover sandwich?
No.
It's like Mikhail, Courtney's husband, taught me this. You take a piece of bread and you put like the sides, like the turkey and all that stuff, and you put another piece of bread and you cover it in gravy, and then you repeat, and then you
That
put it in the
sounds-
microwave,
If I like turkey, that
and it's
sounds
like
good.
leftover pie. It's so yummy. Yeah.
Mm.
So I do that every time now.
Yeah, that's a really good idea
Yeah.
if you're into turkey.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and gets to spend time with friends or family or both, and you know, is safe. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Thanks for
Thank you
Ashley.
so
You're
much
welcome.
for
Yeah.
coming over and
So
hanging out
welcome.
with us.
Yes. And if you're a vendor and you're interested in coming on our live, just let us know. We'll have you over. Yep.
To have you.
Awesome.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
You make a funny face now.
Well, I'm anxious to turn it off.
I know.
I think you hit end.
Oh.